Hey, what's up guys, it's Marv and welcome back to another Asphalt 9 update video. Today we will be taking a look at the Porsche season update patch notes that were just announced on the Facebook page. I will go ahead and put that in the description down below so you guys can go ahead and check it out and all the little details. I won't be going over everything in these patch notes, just the big things that will be changing and will be added to Asphalt 9 because there are some major things. So so firstly, let's go ahead and look at the whole season pass thing. Now, I personally found it a bit weird that GameLoft hasn't done this yet, but here we go. They are finally doing this whole season pass thing that every other game is doing, and it makes a lot of money, so I guess here we are. Now, I will go ahead and talk about buying the Legend Pass in a bit, but if you know how this works, basically there is a free pass for all players to earn regular rewards doing missions and, you know, sort of going through the different tiers of rewards and stuff. Or if you buy the Legend Pass, you get access to better rewards and more rewards as you tier up through the progression system. So basically that's how most season pass stuff works. If you played PUBG, Fortnite, or any of the different things, you know how this works. It's not very new to the gaming industry, but you just have to call this sort of thing, I guess, legend points now, according to GameLoft or whatever. And you earn these legend points by doing different missions that you will be able to check in different episodes, apparently. And some of these missions do have different requirements. So, for example, in this screenshot here, you can see one of the missions requires a Porsche and that Porsche to be at 2 stars. So this is definitely interesting. I don't believe I've played a racing game before that had a reward system like this, but it'll definitely be interesting. I think this sort of system that Asphalt 8 has right now with the whole festival thing, I think that's very similar to how this works. So if you played Asphalt 8 in that sort of festival system, you'll know how this works. However, I do want to talk about the Legend Pass, which will get you that, you know, upgraded premium tier, but according to this screenshot here from the patch notes, it will also get you all of this different boosts and buffs and all this sort of stuff. Let's go over them because it's really important. This could totally break the game and ruin the experience for free players. So before I do that though, I just want to mention that it is confirmed that you will have to buy this pass using real world currency. You will not be able to buy this using tokens or credits or anything like that. You will have to pay real money for this. So firstly, you get access to a 3-star exclusive car. Now, it isn't really specified which car this is. It'll probably be a Porsche, but it's also not described whether or not you will have to go through different tiers to get this car or if you just unlock it from the start. Now, the next buffs I want to talk about are very important. Firstly, 3 extra gas capacity in all cars. Yes, all cars. Koenigsegg Jesko people who also buy this pass will now have 6 fuel to play with in their Koenigsegg Jesko, which is really crazy. This will give players way better advantages in multiplayer if they run out of fuel in one of the best cars in multiplayer. Now these people who have premium passes are going to be able to play with those cars more often than free players, which is a huge advantage. Now, the next thing we have here is a daily free ticket refill. I mean, that's not crazy, but it is something to mention. 2 classic packs per day. You're paying real world money for something, you might as well get some packs anyway. Not a huge deal, but if you are a new player, this will definitely give you an advantage over other new players in unlocking cars faster. Now, in addition to this, you get 60% extra reputation points. Now, this is going to be very crucial for clubs who are very competitive and trying to get those club rewards every season. So if you have a player in your club who is just playing every day and they buy this pass, expect to get even more rewards now, which is definitely going to be interesting. You also get more trade coins boost, which I don't think anybody really cares unless you don't have the sign R1. Now, you also get more legend points. Now, this is going to aid you in getting those different tiers and rewards in the passes. Not really anything crazy. I mean, again, you're paying for a pass, so you get a buff in that area. Now, the last thing here, which is pretty crazy, is you get exclusive epic import parts. Now, this is pretty crazy because you know how good epic import parts are. If you've played Asphalt 9 competitively, you know how much they can impact a car at the end of its stages when you're upgrading it. This is going to be very important. I don't know if free players will be able to get this. I mean, it says exclusive, so I'm assuming not. And so this is really going to be pay to win. I can't stress that enough. You have to buy this pass using real world money. These players will get a massive advantage over everyone else. This isn't just cosmetic, guys. This is actual stat impacting stuff. I mean, if you look at games like Fortnite, their pass system is all cosmetic as far as I know. And that's totally fair, but this is not. This will actually boost your stats. So this is going to be crazy. It's going to be definitely pay to win, and we're just going to have to see how bad it is. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Grand Prix changes. So obviously this means we will have more Grand Prix. It is confirmed we will have at least 2 Grand Prix for this season, and the rewards have been adjusted. So basically, and I'll just read based off of this, I'm not going to try and put in my own words, but the better you perform in the qualifiers, the better the rewards you will compete for in the finals. So in the qualifiers, for example, if you get into the top 1% of people of qualified times, you will have access to the tier 1 rewards, which again, you are still grouped into those groups of 20. However, the rewards for those 20 players are much, much better now, which is definitely an interesting change. You'll see a video on screen now going through the different tiers and the rewards. This was actually from GameLoft, so this is basically confirmed for, I believe, the next Grand Prix. And the best strategy still is, if you are a very skilled player, if you know you can get into like top 1%, top 5% of those like daily events and the weeklies, I would still try and get a really bad qualifier, because even though the rewards get really, really bad, for example, if I go here to the top, I believe it is the top 50% of groups, you will only the first 2 people will be able to get the key guaranteed. Now, if you are like a top 1% player and you get into the top 50%, you're basically guaranteed to get a car key. So yeah, the strategy is still for really good players to just play as worst as possible, and then of course during the finals just blow everyone else out of the water, which is very unfair, but that's how it's going to be. However, there are going to be more packs in this system, to where you can get keys in those packs by chance, but because it's chance, I don't really care. It's not guaranteed. So if you get lucky, you get lucky and you unlock the car just out of the blue, and that's cool, I guess, but it isn't guaranteed. So yeah, in terms of the Grand Prix, there are still a bunch of different changes. The entry fee is now increased to 500 tokens, which is nice, so that not everyone is going to be able to qualify automatically. And registration for the finals still requires the practice conditions to be completed, so just keep that in mind. And again, we still have those decals by position 1, 2, and 3 for the cars. Now, the cars. I'm sure all of you have been waiting for this. Obviously, this is the Porsche season update, so all the cars are Porsches. Now, one car that we know is going to be in the game, there are screenshots, but I don't believe we have a confirmed way of unlocking the car, is the Porsche Taycan Turbo S. This is going to be a tier D or class D car, and as you can see, its top stat is definitely acceleration, as it is an electric car. We've been kind of seeing that trend in Asphalt, and there are a couple pictures here of some cool decals that you can get. Again, I'm not sure how you get this car, because the Grand Prix cars are confirmed to be other cars, which I will go over, but yeah, the Porsche Taycan is finally in Asphalt, which is kind of nice. So now the 2 Grand Prix cars you will be able to get are the Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 Club Sport and the Porsche 911 GT2 RS Club Sport. Kind of race cars here, and I'm kind of disappointed because Asphalt is not clear in whether or not it's definitely a track game or if it's a sort of street racing game. So they don't have their own identity there, which is kind of confusing. But these cars, well, they definitely look like they're track cars, definitely. Now the 718 Cayman is a C-class car, and the 911 GT2 RS is an A-class car. Both have pretty rare icons to them, but you have to get the key anyway to unlock them. Now, the car that I believe everyone is going to be the most excited for is the Porsche Carrera GT. I am personally most excited for this car as well. I didn't get it in Asphalt 8, so hopefully I will be getting it in Asphalt 9. Now, this will be a special event, so very similar to special events in the past with stuff like the LaFerrari Aperta and the Huracan, all that sort of stuff. It will be that sort of daily, like the Lotus Evija. You know what it's all about. However, during this special event, you will also be able to get the 911 GT1 Evolution, which is really neat. it will probably be one of those things where you can only buy it through packs. Now, in terms of their ranks, both of these cars are B-class cars. However, it is expected that the Carrera GT is going to definitely perform way better than the 911 GT1 Evolution. Now, in terms of just some balance changes, this was revealed a while ago, but I just want to quickly go over them. Again, not going to go into too much detail, but the 4GT and the Sign R1 are going to be getting buffed, while the Corvette is finally going to be getting nerfed again. So there are also just a bunch of different changes and stuff which you can check out individually in the description. Like I said, I will put the link for the patch notes. And yeah, so that is basically it for the Porsche season update. Now, again, this definitely confirms that we will be getting seasonal content from now on. We were kind of getting seasonal updates where every season-ish we would get a major update, but now it's themed and it's definitely, you know, a bit more content driven. But we will have to see how this changes the future of Asphalt. Now, again, I want to stress the season pass is definitely going to change Asphalt for the future. How pay to win will it be? We don't know, but we will definitely have to wait and see. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys later.